Arvind Kejriwal has refused to appear before Justice Swarana Kanta Sharma in the excise policy case, saying he has lost faith in her and may approach the Supreme Court. In a significant escalation of his legal battle in the excise policy case, former Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal announced that he will not appear before the Delhi High Court bench, as he has no faith in the bench of Justice Swarana Kanta Sharma. Justice Sharma is adjudicating the revision application against the Rouse Avenue Court's decision to discharge all accused, including former Chief Minister of Delhi Arvind Kejriwal, in the Delhi excise policy case. Kejriwal versus CBI, the timeline is right before you. How he got a relief, to how it became a setback, to how he moved the court for recusal of the judge, to how the judge remained strong, saying that a perception doesn't really matter. There is no evidence. And the whole messaging of a Satyagraha now by Arvind Kejriwal. A week ago, Arvind Kejriwal had filed a petition for the recusal of Justice Sharma on the grounds that there would be apprehension of bias on a part in the accused person's minds. In their application, Arvind Kejriwal had contended that Justice Sharma's remarks in earlier rulings reflected a preconceived view of their guilt. He had also said that in the present revision petition, the court had shown undue leniency towards the Central Bureau of Investigation. Well, what does this really mean? Is this a political narrative or is it a legal battle? Arvind Kejriwal, who has decided to argue his own case, cited a grave bona fide and reasonable objection at this point, saying the Akhil Bharatiya Advaita Parishad, the platform where Justice Swarana Kanta Sharma had made his speech, was politically affiliated. A very serious charge made by Arvind Kejriwal. Well, in this case, you also have the recusal row, where the allegations were made to the RSS legal wing. Arvind Kejriwal said judge's family is linked to union government panels, and it went on to flag the March 9th order as a prejudging guilt. Well, in a strongly worded order that spanned for nearly 90 minutes, Justice Sharma rejected the recusal plea moved by Kejriwal, firmly dismissing allegations of bias and warning against attempts to undermine judicial credibility. The floodgates can't be opened to sow seeds of mistrust, she said, stressing that Kejriwal had failed to point to any political statement that could indicate ideological bias. Justice Sharma rejected Kejriwal's recusal plea for lack of evidence. In fact, addressing Kejriwal's concern over her participation in events organized by Akhil Bharatiya Adhivakta Parishad, the ABAP, the judge clarified that these were not political in nature. They were programs on new criminal laws and Women's Day events, or to interact with younger members of the bar. Many judges have been participating in those events. Such participation cannot be used to insinuate ideological bias. In fact, she's gone on to very clearly say that there is no evidence for ideological bias. Going on, she even went on to say that Arvind Kejriwal, or the litigants' plea, is nothing but putting her and the legal system on trial, refusing to recuse in this case. I'm being joined at this point by Anil Gupta, who's a spokesperson for BJP, Advocate Anmol Pawar, who's a spokesperson for Aam Aadmi Party, and Dr. Rajiv Nanda, who's a senior advocate for the Supreme Court of India. We shall be joined by him shortly. But Anil Gupta, let me just come to you straight at this point. What do you make out of this? You have Arvind Kejriwal giving out a very clear call of a Satyagraha, saying he is boycotting the proceedings in the High Court.
Yeah, good evening to you and all the viewers. See, Kejriwal Sahab took oath on the constitutions when he became Chief Minister of Delhi thrice. That time he's followed. But now he's a pick and choosy, He said that he will follow the path of Mahatma Gandhi ji. When he got himself involved in the liquor scam, the she smell income, or other corruption charges, that time the picture of Mahatma Gandhi ji was not in his mind. That time he did not follow the path of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi ji was against the liquor. Even today, the liquor is banned in Gujarat. If he was right in following the steps of the Mahatma Gandhi, he should have banned the liquor in the Delhi.
So what's your point? What's your point? Anil Gupta, what's your point?
I said, he's a pick and choosy. When some decision came in his favor, he said, Satyamev Jayate. He knows he's a guilty in liquor scam. Just to have excuses. He did not mention when he got relief from the Rouse Avenue court. That time the judge was good. When he got relief from the Supreme Court, the judge was good. But he's just trying to put pressure on the judiciary.
All right.
This is not the
Advocate Anmol Pawar, if I can get you in at this point. Advocate Anmol Pawar, how do you really respond to this? And I'm also being joined by Dr. Rajiv Nanda. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. But first, Advocate Anmol Pawar, I mean, let's just look at this, what the judge has said. He went to court. He fought the recusal plea, to which the judge has refused to recuse. There is a legal system in place in this country. You go to a trial court, you go to a high court, you go to the Supreme Court. There's a legal process. He's a former chief minister of this country. He's a former chief minister. And here's a woman judge. The judge has gone on to say there is no evidence to say that I'm ideologically biased. And my entire legal system has been put on trial. She goes on to say, what does my family have to do with how I give the judgment? Simple questions. Does a former chief minister have the right to boycott a legal process, go through it and then challenge it in Supreme Court?
Snehaji, good evening. Snehaji, with utmost respect to the judiciary and the Honorable Justice Swarana Kanta Sharma, the former Delhi Chief Minister Shri Arvind Kejriwal, who has been discharged in the so-called false and fabricated liquor
by
scam,
the trial court?
By the trial court, by the Sessions Court. He has written to the Honorable Judge and stated very categorically that, guided by the Gandhian principle, he wished to refrain from the proceeding in this particular matter. It's not out of anger, not as a mark of disrespect, and not with any intent to confront. Basically,
so, sir, are you saying Satyagraha is out of respect for the judiciary?
I'll tell you why. The only interest in writing this letter is strengthening judiciary and prevent its weakening. You'll ask why. How will this letter help in that process? The reason being that the principle stated by the Honorable Supreme Court in numerous judgments says that justice must not only be done, but seen to be done. And in this particular case, the litigant, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, who has been discharged by the Sessions Court, has a genuine apprehension of bias in his mind for two reasons. Reason number one, that the government at the center, ruled by Bharatiya Janata Party, follows the ideology of Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. We are staunch opponent of Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh and its ideology and the Bharatiya Janata Party. This is a political case. Our 10 seconds. Please do not interrupt.
Sir,
10 seconds.
The judge has very clearly said, the judge is not here. I have to, while you're making the statement, I have to say what I will be coming back to you only. The judge has very clearly said, I have not made political statements. What I have said is from the prism of legality, even for the event that Arvind Kejriwal mentioned.
Let me complete now. The same Bharatiya Janata Party has put our leader behind bars in this so-called false and fabricated case.
What does
Judge
Sharma have to do with this?
Please do not interrupt. Please do not interrupt. I request you.
Sure.
The Honorable Judge has very categorically admitted that she has attended 4 events. There's an apprehension of bias in the mind of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. And at the beginning you said that there's no evidence to prove. The Honorable Supreme Court in Ranjit Kumar versus Union of India, landmark judgment has very categorically said that there needs to be an apprehension of bias and you don't need to prove that bias. Aapko evidence dene ki
Let me get in at this point. Let me get in Dr. Rajiv Nanda. Dr. Rajiv Nanda joins me. No, you've made a point. You've made a point. Let me get a counter to this. Let me get a counter to this, sir. You've made a point. Let me get a counter to this. Dr. Rajiv Nanda, how do you respond to what Advocate Anmol Pawar has said. Because the judge going on record, judge made it very public, the events that she's attended, the judge making it very public, she has spoken as a legal expert speaking to women and young people at a platform that she was invited, has nothing to do with her ideological bearings, and having an apprehension of bias has no evidence of bias. How would you respond to this legally?
See, I'm not here to judge the judge.
Sure.
Or judge the order passed by the
None of us are.
honorable judge. I'm not here to say rightly or wrongly she has rejected, but the manner in which this has been challenged, the Satyagraha and writing a letter, this is certainly uncalled for. There are prescribed ways and manners to challenge a judicial order. This is a judicial order which has been passed by the Delhi High Court judge. He has a right to assail the same before the appropriate forum, maybe Supreme Court in this case, but certainly there is no way of challenging it by way of Satyagraha or by not attending the court or by writing a letter. It is like, it is a clear case of desperation and pressurizing the court to pass an order the way I want. It is either my way or highway. This is not the way legal system in India works. We have a set way of challenging orders. We have a set mannerism prescribed by the code. This is not the prescribed manner. I again say I'm not judging whether the judge is correct in passing this order or not, but certainly not the way in which this has been assailed here by way of challenging the Satyagraha or letters and all that.
Anil Gupta, before I come to you, Advocate Anmol, respond to this. Here's what my question is, and this is what I had asked you. If there was a legal problem, if there was apprehension or evidence or whatsoever of bias, he's the Chief Minister of the country. What message is he giving to the people of this country? Is this a political message or is this a legal defiance? Because if this is a legal defiance, then you're very clearly telling the people of this country, if you do not agree with what the judge is saying, please move on. Go on to a satyagraha. If this is a political messaging, come clean with it. Say it is a political messaging.
Neha ji, we have very categorically said, our leader has very categorically said that he has full faith in the judiciary, in the law of the land, in the constitution of our country. And the same very constitution has granted him right of recusal, which he has, in fact, the right to recusal, wide which he has filed an application before the Delhi High Court. And he has also very categorically said that he'll be approaching the Honorable Supreme Court by filing an appeal. But my second point, which is an important one, and I would like the views of esteemed panelist on your panel, who's a senior advocate. Sir, there's a serious conflict of interest because both the children of the Honorable Judge are empaneled by the central government, and they are the topmost 10 advocates out of the 700 which have been empaneled and have been marked 5,904 cases in last 3 years by the same advocate, Mr. Tushar Mehta, who's appearing for Central Bureau of Investigation.
Arvind Kejriwal has said this on record. Arvind Kejriwal has said this on record, and the judge has responded to this. And I very firmly believe if there was a problem, if this was the problem, this should have legally been resorted to. How can you say, how can a sitting chief minister say that I'm not going to go forward with this judge? That's the question. There are legal measures to take recourse of whatever is the perception of something being wrong. The judge very clearly saying what my family is, where my family is empaneled, that nothing has nothing to do with what my judgment is.
No, I disagree with you. It's not about former Delhi Chief Minister. It's about any individual which is governed by law of the land, which is governed by constitution.
Rajiv Nanda, quick response before I go to Anil Gupta.
And should I indicate some of the instances where the honorable judges have recused? Let me tell you.
No, there's no point about that. Listen.
No.
Anil Gupta. No. Here's the thing. Advocate Anmol, I am fully aware of the... No, Advocate Anmol, I am fully aware of cases where judges have recused. I am not going to sit on judgment on judges who have recused or not recused. My question is very simple. No, my question is very simple. If there is... No, sir, that's why I'm asking you the question and not giving a verdict.
Let me answer.
Sir,
do not interrupt time and
again.
Here's the thing.
No, Advocate Anmol, why I'm interrupting is you for a very simple reason. We are not here to decide what the judge said in terms of recusal. A question is, there is a legal process in place. The very constitution that gives Arvind Kejriwal the right to question or to move in recusal gives the judge to do the job that they have done. Now, if that is a problem, move legally. That is
Certainly
my
we are-
question.
No.
Dr. Rajiv Nanda, very quickly
we are
respond.
approaching the Honorable Supreme Court. We have not
After
denied
making
that.
a statement out
We
in
have not
public
den-
that I am
So-
not going to
No,
go to
but
the
I
court,
have
I'm
the
doing a
right.
satyagraha.
I have the right to make the statement.
Okay.
How can anyone bar me from
Therefore,
making a
I'm
statement?
saying, is
I'm
it a
not
political
disrespecting
messaging?
the
That's my
judiciary.
question.
I'm
That's
not
my. All right,
disrespecting
Dr.
the
Rajiv Nanda,
judiciary.
very quickly.
I'm not
Dr. Rajiv
disrespecting
Nanda,
the
respond to
honorable
this
judge.
legally before I
I'm
go to the
exercising
BJP
my fundamental
spokesperson.
right to speak.
Dr. Rajiv
I'm
Nanda.
exercising my
Everybody,
fundamental
every
right.
person who is before the court has got this right to make a request to the court that I have for X, Y, Z reasons apprehension that justice may not be delivered. But then the right ends there. There is no way that you can pressurize the judge to recuse. The gentleman in the present case has done this. He has put forward all his material to the judge, and judge has taken the call. As earlier also said, we are not here to judge the judgment. The mannerism is, this is not Vidhan Sabha, this is not parliament there where you can go for Satyagraha. This is, if in my view, clearly putting the public,
Okay.
telling the public that
Mr. Nanda,
do this Satyagraha
Mr. Nanda.
in case you are not satisfied with the order. There is
Okay.
a mannerism prescribed.
Mr. Nanda,
Please go to the
you are-
Supreme
Mr.
Court.
All right.
You are a
Advocate
senior
Anmol, I've given you a
advocate.
lot of time.
Isn't it
Anil Gupta
a
is
conflict of
waiting for
interest, Mr.
speaking
Nanda?
his turn. Anil Gupta, make your point to what Dr. Anmol is speaking.
No, but
See,
we have an esteemed senior advocate.
see, Mr.
on our
Anmol
panel.
is an advocate.
Let him tell your viewers,
Can he
isn't it a
mention
conflict of
that in
interest?
his legal career, has he followed this process for any of his client? This is not the procedure. See, Kejriwal Saab is an event manager. He's now low in the media. He wants to create an event. And he knows he's a guilty. I mean, he's going to lose.
No, he's
because
not
he's
guilty. No,
And
he's
that's
not
why-
guilty.
That's why he's
No,
getting
he's not
discharged.
guilty.
by the court.
The
They are
court
not even
has
aware about
not
the facts.
said that he is guilty.
See, maybe you. I'm not saying on behalf of the court. I'm saying as a spokesperson of the party because
How
he has
can
done
you say
lots
as
of
a
misdeeds.
spokesperson of the party?
He has
How
done
can
lots of
you
misdeeds. And
lie
now,
on the panel?
never in the history, a accused can may say that I'm doing satyagraha like.
He's
Why
not an
has not
accused.
followed the
Okay,
principle
Dr.
of
Anmol,
non-violence?
I don't have much time. 30 seconds, Dr. Anmol, for your last comments.
देखिए,
Can he
we
say
have
that he
witnessed,
has
we
done
have,
anything to his
we
client
have witnessed
like
that
this?
a Delhi chief minister said कि हमारी जज से
Sir,
setting
you are
हो
a
गई.
practicing lawyer.
Today,
Have
Bhajan
you
Lal
ever
Sharma
done
said,
this thing,
Chief Justice of
anything to your client?
Government of India.
You take case like
Now,
this, that
Home Minister of our country said कि Arvind Kejriwal ji को Supreme Court जाना पड़ेगा even before the High Court conducted the proceedings. They were the ones who
even I'm
threw
saying,
sue at
if
CJI
he's
BR
not
गवाई
satisfied,
और
he
उनकी
has a legal remedy, he
प्रशंसा
should
कर
go
रहे थे
to
उस
the
व्यक्ति
Supreme
की.
Court. This
ये
is
जो
the
संविधान के
All right, we're
हत्यारे
totally out of time.
हैं,
Dr.
संविधान
Rajiv
के
Nanda,
हत्यारे हैं.
last comments from you, less than
संविधान के
15
हत्यारे
seconds.
जो
Is
हैं,
this
कानून का
unprecedented?
ज्ञान
I
नहीं
haven't
है
come across a
This
case
is
of this
perfectly
manner. Is this unprecedented?
This is unprecedented. See, he is not guilty. He has been discharged by the court. Everybody knows that. But this mannerism is unprecedented.
All right.
Isn't
Okay,
there
let's
a
just leave it
conflict
at
of
that.
interest?
I think it's a long way ahead to
Mr.
see how this
Nanda, isn't there a
unfolds.
conflict
But
of
an
interest?
unprecedented legal battle with a political prism. And I think that's where I would end it. Thank you very much, Anil Gupta, Advocate Anmol Pawar, and Dr. Rajiv Nanda for joining us on this. Thank you so much.